How can you be a conscious consumer? If you're looking at these trends and watching these videos and thinking, is this all BS? Is this actually going to work? Let's first start off with the viral A313, the French pharmacy product that is huge on TikTok. But when you break down this product, it is a weaker retinol form. This is usually a popular product among these sort of like holistic, natural, earthy, crunchy type of crowd. Social media has completely changed these hot topic trends, especially in things like skincare and aesthetics. So if you're having trouble deciphering what does work and doesn't work, you're in the right place. I'm Dr. Prem Tripathi. I'm a board certified facial plastic surgeon. I do a lot of aesthetic treatments and surgical procedures. So if you do like this kind of content, like, subscribe, and follow for more. But let's work through some of the hottest things that I've seen on TikTok now and actually tell you what to look for, how to not get duped, and if they actually work. Let's first start off with the viral A313, the French pharmacy product that is huge on TikTok because of many, many reasons. First, number one reason. Retinols turn the skin over quickly, and because they can be somewhat irritating, this product has gone viral because it's very non-irritating. It can be pretty much used by people with sensitive skin or not sensitive skin, all skin types, and it's relatively affordable. But when you break down this product, it is a weaker retinol form, and therefore, in my opinion, not probably a product worth using unless you have quite sensitive skin. So it's great as a product to use every day. And if you can't tolerate your retinol now, then you'll be able to tolerate this one better. But if you're already tolerating something really, really well, it's not going to transform your skin, which leads me into the second part of transformative skin products. There are some products that really can transform the way your skin looks, but it's rare to find one product that is really going to do all of that. And A313 is an amazing product, number two, because it can also help moisturize your skin. When you get that moisture originally on your skin, it's going to look good. So that's why people tend to like this one. And the last one, again, is that it's affordable. Compared to cosmetic retinols, which can be sometimes upwards of $150, or having to go to a doctor for a prescription, this is a more convenient option if you can access it. And so that's why I think it went viral. My say on this one, my final say is, I don't think it's worth it unless you have super sensitive skin for A313. Number two, my least enjoyable one to talk about is beef tallow. So this is usually a popular product among these sort of like holistic, natural, earthy, crunchy type of crowd. There's nothing wrong with that, but you know, it's marketed as a fix-all product. Beef tallow is a moisturizer. It will moisturize your skin, but it's not going to transform your skin. And unless you're short on a moisturizer, there are many moisturizers that are specifically formulated to hydrate your skin at a much better capacity than beef tallow. You don't have to kill an animal to get it. You don't have to put beef fat on your face. And I would definitely not use a beef tallow-based sunscreen. These types of things may not be actually approved by the FDA, and therefore the zinc that's in them is not a uniform size, and therefore you're not getting proper coverage. So beef tallow, X for me. I don't think it's a great one. I think it's just the next trend on TikTok that's going to fall apart. The last one is snail mucin. So what is snail mucin and how do we get it? So snail mucin actually does come from snails. The snails are marketed to be ethically, that the mucin is ethically taken from them, but it is a secretion from the snails that is made in response to things like stress. And it has has ingredients in the mucin to help hydrate, to help make the skin less red, and to make the skin glow. Now, I'm 50-50 on it. I do think snail mucin is great. It's a nice addition to your skincare regimen if you need additional hydration. It can be great after an in-office treatment, but snail mucin can also cause allergies, just like all skincare products. There are proteins in there that can be allergenic. So if you like having a more dewy look, if you need more moisture, or you want to use something new and interesting, snail mucin is definitely go. I don't, again, think that any products other than sunscreen and retinoids are going to dramatically change the way your skin looks, and maybe hydroquinone, because without consistent use, if you're just following a trend and using it for a month or two, you're not going to get a whole lot out of it. How can you be a conscious consumer? If you're looking at these trends and watching these videos and thinking, is this all BS? Is this actually going to work? Well, how do I choose? First thing you got to think about is who is promoting the product. Is it a brand that's sponsoring an influencer? Is it somebody selling it on TikTok Shop? Or does it actually have data to support its use, or all three? So there are great brands that do that. They do their due diligence with clinical research. They have evidence for their products working. They've got many, many papers to support it. They've been around for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And now they're just moving with the times and allowing other people to promote their products. That says much more about a brand and a product than something that you see that is being hawked on TikTok Shop, may or may not have any reviews, and is sold by somebody who only sells TikTok Shop products. Nothing wrong with TikTok Shop. And TikTok is not sponsoring anything, obviously, here. But here's the thing. You got to remember who's selling the product. The next leads right into it, is the evidence. We know for a fact that UV light causes cancer, and sunscreen can prevent you from having UV damage to your skin. We know that through decades of research that retinoids are phenomenal for anti-aging and acne. We know that glycolic acid helps with hyperpigmentation and texture. These are all things that are established in the literature and have been around a really long time. So if you're getting products that have some form of these products in it, or the appropriate ingredient percentage, you're going to get good results. But if you're on this sort of trendy, not sure where to go, and it's a new trendy thing, and it doesn't have something that has staying power or research to back it or evidence, then it can be a lot harder to figure out what to use and what not to use. The last is price. I would say, as a general rule, any product over $250 to $300 is probably having a significant price markup that outweighs the potential benefit of that product. And I say that because I think there are great products in the $50 to $200 range, which is still kind of expensive. And most of the ones that I recommend that are in that range have data to support their use. Once you're getting too high, you're into the luxury products like La Mer, Augustinus Bader that don't have that data. They're just sold to a particular consumer that wants to feel rich, that wants to feel like they're using something that works because it's expensive, but not because it has the data to support it. So price can actually tell you a lot about a product. If you like this type of content, like, subscribe, and follow for more, and I'll see you guys next time.